This is the second video for TMJ self-treatment, and in this one we're going to cover those large zigzags or small micro shifts. And these are shifts with opening and closing that have no loss of lateral protrusion. Remember that was in the assessment. If we're using the midline of your front teeth and you're going left to right and they both look the same, then this video is for you. If you have a noticeable loss on lateral protrusion one side versus the other, then the next video will be for you. So if you have large zigzags and clunks with opening or closing, this is a good chance that you have a disc issue in the TMJ, and it may end up needing an actual adjustment. But before that, we try everything else first. The adjustment is fairly aggressive and you need to pay someone to do it. So if you can do this at home, even better. So it would be helpful to have a mirror for this so you could visualize the zigzags and retest the treatment to see if they're getting smaller or less frequent. Treatment number one is again end range loading. So like the first video, we're going to protrude the jaw forward as far as you can, like you're trying to create an underbite for 15 reps. And I would try 2 to 3 sets before you give up on this one. The next part of that is end range protrusion plus opening. So I'll remind you what the protrusion is and then I'll show you protrusion plus opening. We'll go at an oblique angle here. So protrusion is just straight out and in, straight out and in. You can do this seated or on your back. Just keep in mind, we don't want to be here because then you're not getting much motion at the jaw. We're getting it in the neck. So kind of be fairly upright and do the protrusion, retest. Did that change the popping and clicking and the shifting? No. Then let's try end range protrusion plus opening. You'll go here. So notice I'm trying to go out and stay out and then curve down. Out, stay out, and then curve down. What do we do now? We retest. Did it make a difference after 2 to 3 sets of 15? I'd say you can definitely do more and it's not going to hurt you. But if you didn't get a noticeable change right now, I would say let's go to one of the other ones. Some others may say try that for a day or two. I'll let that be up to you. If the end range loading protrusion or protrusion plus opening didn't seem to make any change for you, then we're going to do some digastric training. This is just kind of like gait training for the jaw, getting some of the muscles in the neck, the deep muscles here, the digastrics, to work a little bit more. And they're actually responsible for bringing the jaw back and down. So we kind of get out of this pattern to where the jaw should kind of come back and down. And ironically, the reductive maneuver for this is oftentimes the protrusion, but as soon as the protrusion seems to help, then we get rid of the protrusion. I know it's complicated. We get rid of the protrusion and we go with this next one. Now again, if the protrusion didn't work, we ditch that and we go to this one. So what we're going to do for this, the digastric training, we're going to firmly press your tongue into the roof of your mouth, kind of like where it would end up if you went right after that. That's where your tongue would end up. You hold it there and press firmly, and then you're going to open as far as you can, maintaining that pressure. So don't let the tongue leave. You're going to go here, press, and up. And you can go slow, and I want you to think bringing the chin back towards the Adam's apple. So again, no protrusion here. We're going to go tongue up and down. And you should feel a little bit more effort in the muscles here right under your neck. So we're going to try this for 10 to 15 reps, multiple sets, and then retest. Is that making a change with your clicking and popping and shifting? Yes or no? If it makes an immediate change, great, we stay with it. If it doesn't make an immediate change, I would actually stay with this one for a few days and do it frequently throughout the day to see if it makes a change over the course of some time. And at this point, if you're not feeling like you're getting some noticeable change after a few days of this, then I would seek some help and find a professional that's qualified to give you some guidance. The next one for this video is going to be the micro shifts. And again, with no loss of lateral protrusion to either side. The micro shifts, what we think is going on is sort of a muscle imbalance here. But again, we start with the end range loading first because that oftentimes is very profound. Protrusion doesn't work. Protrusion with opening still doesn't work. Then we go with the digastric training, which we just did. Tongue onto the roof of the mouth. Open as far as you can while maintaining pressure onto the roof of the mouth. If that doesn't seem to do it for you, then we're going to do the massage of the masseter and temporalis, which we covered in the last video. But just as a reminder, find the angle of the jaw, come inside the angle. You're going to find this meaty, big jaw muscle called the masseter. Find some spots in there, give it some inward and upward pressure, maintain that pressure, and then do 10 to 15 opening. And then you're going to do the same thing on the temporalis. So put your palms on your head, in between the corner of your eyes and your ears. That's where that muscle lies. You can either go broad contact, in and up, maintain that and open. Or you can find some tender spots in the muscle with your fingers and do the same thing. Now there's nothing wrong with doing this in conjunction with the digastric training. That might be even more beneficial, but find something that works for you. If none of this works for you, then find someone qualified to help you. I hope you found this video helpful. As always, we'd appreciate it if you smash that like button and hit subscribe. Until next time, thanks for joining us.